What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have a bit of an interesting video I'd like to bring to you guys. As of course, again, I can't stop talking about this Josh Giddey trade because there is so much to talk about just based on the implications of it, right? I wanted to actually list you the potential starting lineup we could see if Josh Giddey was the only move the Chicago Bulls made. Now keep in mind, I'm going to solely focus on it in a regard of who the Bulls want to keep around. The rumors that the Bulls want to keep this player or keep that player and everything in between. And I'm doing this video to specifically show a message of how I feel that there needs to be more changes to come. That's going to be the directness behind the video, but of course it can spur up a lot more arguments about where people should be playing, who should be starting, who should be on the bench, and everything in between. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and who would you start, who would you want to see come off the bench, and ultimately, with the starting lineup, who potentially needs to leave the starting lineup as well, or leave the team in general. There's a lot of discussions there. But as you are well aware, there are 5 positions in the NBA. We've got the point guard, the shooting guard, the small forward, the power forward, and the center. Now, ultimately, it is more of a positionless game these days. So, you know, you can see 7-foot players like Nikola Jokic run the point every now and then and stuff of that nature. But that is the positions that we know of, and those are the positions that we're going to be talking about today. So instantly, let's start off with the man in discussion at the starting point guard position. I feel personally we are going to see Josh Giddey start in that point guard position. Reason being, well, from obviously his past 3 seasons with the OKC Thunder, he has proven at least if there's anything that he can do, it's facilitate. He's a very good facilitator. He is primarily at his best when the ball is in his hands, and he does help elevate everybody else's game. Now, there's a lot of weaknesses to Josh Giddey that I hope we can develop and make strengths. That's the ultimate goal when you get a young player that's 21 years of age. You want him to grow in that position, and you want him to grow as a player. And that's what I hope we do focus on. He does need to improve on his shooting. He does need to improve on his scoring in general. Because at the end of the day, when he was with the OKC Thunder, he was targeted. He was targeted defensively. He was targeted offensively. And they simply could not play him. We don't want a situation where if we see the Bulls make the playoffs again, whether it's a younger team or we change things around and we have a mix and match, but we somehow make the playoffs, we don't want to see Josh Giddey targeted. So Josh Giddey has to do his absolute best in the offseason, and the Bulls have to do their absolute best in the regular season to develop his game and make him reach a new level. New level offensively, new level defensively. But he is going to be most likely our best playmaker alongside maybe Demar DeRozan. And we will need that with this Bulls team. So I do see him starting. Plus, I don't see why you do a straight up trade for Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey if you don't see him as a potential starter and a potential key piece to your team. So people might be asking why he won't come off the bench. Many people have said he's a bench player. I'm not here to disagree with you. I'm not here to say he's not a bench player. What I will tell you is he will probably be our best playmaker, and we do need a playmaker, which is why I do see him starting. And unfortunately, moving into that shooting guard position, we do need to talk about a player that will move from the point to the shooting guard. That's going to be Coby White. I do see Coby White still starting. I think it would be absolutely criminal if he's the one that sees the bench from this starting lineup. And I see him being that shooting guard. I see him being that guy that does have the ball in his hands every now and then, but is probably going to be more of that off-ball guard whose primary goal is to score the ball. People may be asking, why are you not adding Zach LaVine into that conversation? Well, as I mentioned at the start of the video, this is going to be based on the things that the Bulls want. The Bulls don't want to keep Zach LaVine. That's been rumored already, and Zach LaVine doesn't want to be here. Now, yes, there could be a situation where Zach LaVine is our starting shooting guard, and that will send Coby White to the bench. I just hope that's not the situation that we see, unfortunately, and I would like to see Coby White still remain in the starting lineup. Now, can Coby White be a decent shooting guard? Well, to be honest, he's been moving from position to position. I still think he could be a very good quality shooting guard, but we do potentially miss his best attributes when it comes to, I guess, the shooting guard position. His biggest, I guess, inconsistency is his three-point shooting, I would say, Coby White, in all honesty. Some nights he's unbelievably on point, and other nights he does go missing from the three-point line. But when he has the ball in his hands, he has the dribbling capabilities, he has the finesse around the rim to be able to make things happen. And plus, he does keep it simple with his playmaking, but sometimes that's exactly what is needed, and he just makes the right read. He makes the right pass. He does the simple things very, very well. And you will miss that with Coby White as the shooting guard for the most part. There will be times where he will be running point. There will be times where he will be, I guess, facilitating the offense and stuff of that nature. But the primary, I guess, position that we'll go to is probably going to be Josh Giddey. So you're going to see Coby White catch and shoots a lot more. You're going to see Coby White maybe make some off-ball cuts, or maybe you'll see Coby White isolation plays every now and then. But his main goal is to go and score the ball. And since he is a fairly decent scorer, he's a good finisher around the rim. He's shown that he could be a very good mid-range shooter these days as well. He's very good when it comes to the drag step and when it comes to faking defenders, so he could get to the line a little bit more. If he has a decent catch and shoot season as well, you will see Coby White become a very good shooting guard and hopefully take an even further step to become an all-star caliber player. That is what the aim and the hope is. Now, the small forward position, I'm going to put it for Demar DeRozan. Now, you might be saying, why are you putting Demar DeRozan in this starting five? Well, it's simply put, the Bulls have said in the past that they want to keep Demar DeRozan. This is not my opinion. This is what the Bulls wanted to do. They wanted to keep Demar DeRozan. This is all going to show a sign of what my thoughts are towards the end of the video. Demar DeRozan is obviously a mid-range assassin. He's a decent playmaker when he wants to be, and he is the best player on this Bulls team. And he is in an extension season, so we could be seeing big money to see DeMar DeRozan stay as a Chicago Bulls player. Now, with DeMar DeRozan, you're going to win a couple of games just based on the fact that he could take you to a win individually. So, you know, we're not, if we don't go younger, we don't get worse players or anything like that, DeMar DeRozan will get you some wins. So you will probably see the Bulls remain around the 9th or the 10th seed moving forward, in all honesty. Just because I feel like if you get to 11 and 12, it's actually very hard to do that if your aim is to win games. Regardless, that's what you're going to get with DeMar DeRozan. Someone that could be a leader on your team, sure. Someone that could be a mid-range assassin. Someone that can play make when he needs to. Someone that can carry you and win you games individually in certain games and in certain moments. That's what you get with DeMar DeRozan. Power forward. I think that will go to Patrick Williams. We've seen Torrey Craig is most likely to decline his player option. Patrick Williams was injured for a lot of the season. He's due to an extension as well. The Bulls do want to keep Patrick Williams around. I personally think it would fit the timeline if the Bulls wanted to go younger, but ultimately, for the life of us, we cannot lose any more three-point shooters. With Josh Giddey in this team, we are already a mediocre three-point shooting team. We've just lost a 41% three-point shooter in Alex Caruso. Patrick Williams is probably our most consistent three-point shooter now, shooting roughly around 39, 38 to 40% from three every season. We cannot lose Patrick Williams now. And at the end of the day, there's a good chance we may see that. So we'll have to wait and see how the Bulls can respond. But again, from what I've heard, the Bulls still want to keep Patrick Williams around. So that is why he is in this position. And then obviously the center, Nikola Vucevic, you know what he brings. He's a good post player. He's a good offensive player. He's a good willing passer. Some seasons he can shoot three. Some seasons he's just absolutely disgusting to watch from the three-point line. But Vucevic, overall, double-double machine. Really, really good player. That's all you need to know. But do you see the imbalances in that team? Firstly, the imbalance defensively is going to be astonishing. I'm going to sit here and say our best defender is going to be Patrick Williams in that starting five. Coby White, as much as he tries, I don't think he's a better defender out and out than Patrick Williams, but he gives his absolute best. Josh Giddey ain't a defender. DeMar DeRozan ain't a defender, and Nikola Vucevic ain't a defender. So instantly right there, the starting five screams mediocrity from the defensive end, even worse than what we were last season. We weren't even that good last season defensively. Caruso actually elevated us much more than I'd like to admit, but that is as simple as it gets in that regard. Spacing. We talked about three-point shooting. Coby White is probably our best three-point shooter. Patrick Williams is probably our most consistent three-point shooter. But Josh Giddey doesn't shoot threes. Demar DeRozan doesn't shoot threes. And as we mentioned, Nikola Vucevic has some disgusting three-point shooting percentages from the three-point line, especially last season. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That is the starting five according to what the Bulls want to do. And that is why I'm encouraging the Chicago Bulls to make changes, because spacing will be a problem, defense will be a problem, three-point shooting will be a problem, even playmaking, because of all those things, will be a problem. Everything will be a problem if you keep it the same. That is the goal of this video, to show you we need changes. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.